The Warhorse 1000.4 4-channel amplifier, designed by bass heads for bass heads. Stay tuned, we're going to do a deep dive. This is Aaron Malin with the Kicker Tech Force.
And I'm Jacob Lucky with the Kicker Tech Force.
This amplifier is unbelievable. It is a 4-channel amplifier that produces how much power?
Produces 250 watts RMS per channel at a 4 ohm load. It produces 450 watts RMS per channel at a 2 ohm load. And in a bridge configuration, it will produce 900 watts RMS at a 4 ohm load. That is a crazy amount of power, 900 RMS at a 4 ohm load. Now I want to show you guys the birth certificate on this amplifier, and it is extremely underrated. It produces 1,976 watts RMS total, which how we test this is using it in bridge configuration. So that will be the total power output of amp 1 bridged and amp 2 bridged. So this amp can produce up to approximately 2,000 watts RMS of power. Aaron, what's this little guy on top of the amplifier here?
This is the diagnostic panel. This allows us to monitor the amplifier's performance in real time. So for example, it'll tell us the voltage at the amplifier. If there's a challenge with your voltage, your electrical system, it'll actually keep track of the high and the low voltage, which helps to diagnose problems. In addition, it can tell us the relative temperature of the amplifier. So if you're doing a high output SPL competition system and the amplifier starts to get a little bit warm, it'll actually tell you, hey, this is turning yellow, that means the amplifier is getting a little bit warm. Also, if it goes red, it is way too hot and it needs to be shut off to cool down a little bit. That'll probably never happen, but it could in the competition lanes. Now, one thing we talked about just a minute ago is how much power this amplifier can produce when bridged. What would be a great 3-channel use for this amplifier?
So you could use a pair of the ST series mid-range speakers, a pair of the ST series tweeters, and then take an L7X and bridge it at 4 ohms across amp 2, which from going from 1,000 watts RMS to a 2,000 watts RMS is only about a 3 decibel difference in volume. So you're really not losing that much output going from the 2,000 RMS rating of the subwoofer and only putting 1,000 watts RMS on that subwoofer. You're still going to get a ton of output from that L7X.
That's a great point. Let's talk a little bit about the fantastic crossovers in the amplifier. What does it have for crossovers?
Yeah, so this amplifier has 24 dB per octave crossovers built in, and it also has the capability to set a high pass, a low pass, or even a band pass filter on your amp 2 outputs. So if you wanted to use this for some dedicated mid-bass drivers or that 3-channel system we were talking about, you totally have the capability to do so. And one other thing I want to point out is that this amplifier has 8-gauge speaker outputs, so you can pipe as much of that electricity to the speakers as you need to.
Fantastic amplifier for a full range system or a mixed mono system. Whatever it is you want to do, this is a great amp to do it. If they want to find out more about it, Jacob, who can they talk to?
They can talk to our tech support at 1-800-256-0808 or email us at support@kicker.com.